Okay, so what we're going to start off with, first of all, for the squat, we're going to come down onto our mat into the 6 points of contact. So this is a squat rock position. I'll show you from the side as well. Okay, so your 6 points of contact, hands, knees, and toes. All right, knees slightly wider, so you're just going to rock back and forth, okay? So this essentially is the bottom of your squat, okay, here, okay? You're just going to squat back and forth. You can point your toes out as well, as you would do in a squat. Okay. Okay, so just from here then, so what I want you to do is, I just want you to grab a light kettlebell, like a really, really, really light kettlebell, have it down in front of you, and you're going to come into a squat. So your heels are flat on the ground, okay? So your heels are completely flat on the ground. If you're finding that your heels are like this, and you're squatting like this, you just need to shimmy a wee bit wider, so that your heels are on the ground. Okay, now what I want you to do now is the kettlebell that's in front of you, I just want you to bring your kettlebell up and you're going to hold, okay? So the elbows are resting in the inside of the top of your knees, okay? And you're just going to hold the belt like that. So by holding the belt like that, that pushes you right back ass to grass. If you bring it out in the extension, it brings you down even deeper, okay? So if you pull up, keeping the chest proud, it brings you higher. If you extend the arms, it brings you down really, really deep, okay? Brings you nice and deep completely, okay? Also, what you can use in this position is you can use a lateral shift to work on ankle mobility, which is really important for squatting. So just laterally, shifting side to side. And again, keeping that chest nice and proud. Okay. So what I find is with a lot of squats, you know, it's kind of like this, you know, squatting over the legs. Okay, so to help prevent that happening, what we're going to do is we're going to squat up against the wall. So we're just going to have our toes angled about an inch off the wall, toes pointing out. Okay, we're just going to step out. Our arms are just going to come long in between our legs, and we're literally just going to squat down, like so. Okay, then we get comfortable with that. We move in a wee bit closer, and again, just bring the arms nice and long. Okay, and you're just going to come down, and you'll see how your hips push back as it would do in a proper squat. So you're just going to come down, come down, come down, and come up. So that prevents this. Okay, look, that prevents this, because you're having to push your hips back. So give that a go for me. So come against the wall. You've got about an inch off the wall. Long arms, big deep breath, push the hips back. Okay, and breathe out as you stand up. Push back. Okay, give that another couple of reps. Nice. Okay, good. And then come back over to your mats again. Come back over to your mat again. So another thing that I see with squats in common error is, I'm going to take the shoes off for this here. You can take your shoes off as well for this. So a lot of squatting that I see, it's just the feet are flat, and it's kind of like this. Okay, it's just sort of anything will do. It's just up and down, anything will do. And then the knees end up getting really sore. So to avoid that, you need to create torque. Okay, so toes are pointing out, and you're corkscrewing the heels internally. So you imagine you're trying to like screw that mat up. You're not doing this, by the way. You're screwing into the mat. Instantly, your glutes will fire up. If you're corkscrewing in hard, so it's in.
Okay. Great, Dave. I'm going to leave this for a second just to change this background picture.
Okay, no problem.
I'll log back on.
Cheers. So we're going to corkscrew into the mat. Big deep breath. Okay, we're breathing in as we're coming down, and then we breathe out as we stand up. Okay, so give that a go. Okay, so corkscrew. Instantly, you will feel your glutes firing up. Big deep breath. Breathe it in, and then breathe out as you stand up. Keep it going for me. And remember that wall. So you're still, remember you're squatting against the wall. Okay, so you remember You're pushing the hips back. You're trying not to squat over your legs. Okay. Now, just hold it there for me. So what you'll find is when you come to the bottom of the squat, so you're screwing the heels, everything's really tight, everything's really, really engaged. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And then when you come up, you lose tension, okay? So on the way back up, you're losing tension on the glutes especially. So the way to avoid that and keep the tension on is corkscrew. So you're screwing in, breathing in. Once you come to the bottom, you're actually trying to push your feet apart, okay? Your knees will also flare out. You push your feet apart, instantly your glutes will fire back up again. Breathe out. Okay, give that a go for me. Practice that for me. So corkscrew the feet before you come down. So corkscrew the feet into the mat. Toes are pointing out. You're corkscrewing your feet into the mat. You're breathing in the whole way as you're coming down. When you get to the bottom, you push your feet out. So you're trying to scrape the feet apart, and then you breathe out as you stand up. Give me another couple of reps of that. Push those feet out at the bottom before you stand up. Much, much better. So instantly you're going to get tension on the way up and the way down. So therefore, the muscles doing the work and not the joints. Hence, you will not get sore knees doing it this way. Okay? Nice. Okay, let's move on then from that. So the next one is how to do a quad dominant goblet squat and also hamstring and glute dominant goblet squat. So the standard, which quite a lot of people do with the goblet squat, it's anterior, so it's quads. So it's you're down, you're corkscrewing, remember? Big deep breath, push the feet apart, stand up. A lot of that is on the quads, which is grand, so give that a go for me. Okay, so you've got your kettlebell. Elbows are in nice and tight. You're corkscrewing. Big deep breath. Keep the chest up. Before you come up, push the feet out. Scrape. Drive. Really nice form. Give me another 3 reps of that. Go. Remember, you're still squatting against the wall. If you remember, you're pushing your hips back. Perfect. Set down. Okay, nice. This is looking good. So set that down for me. So the next one then is how do you differentiate. So how do you hit the posterior chain? So that's the glutes and the hamstrings primarily. And this is how you do it, okay? So pick your kettlebell up. From a side view, you're corkscrewing and you're driving your hips back and out. Imagine you're trying to drive them out. So instead of coming down, you're corkscrewing. You're keeping those hips up nice and high, up and high, 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 high. Okay, and even before you come up, you can lift the hips up high again. Okay, so it's the same principle. You're corkscrewing the feet, okay, as you come down, but you're bombing out into it. And then before you come up, you can lift the hips up and push the feet out, and you'll feel everything tensing. Try that for me. Let's go. Okay, so we're corkscrewing the feet. Big deep breath. So we're breathing in, we're pushing our hips back, and we're keeping our hips up nice and high as well, trying to hit the hamstrings. We're trying to keep the hips high, keep them high, 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 high. Once you come down to parallel or below parallel, if you're able to, lift the hips up again, scrape the feet apart, and drive up. Breathe out your way up. Try that for me. Okay, nice. Remember, keep the hips high, lift them before you come up again. Okay, try and keep that chest up. Try not to do the whole leaning over, face planting. Try and keep the chest proud still. Perfect. Nice. So let's see it. Okay, really, really nice. If you're not feeling the hamstrings and glutes, lift your hips a wee bit higher. Okay. So before you come up, you're at this bottom position. Okay. Keep pushing those hips high and back and back and back and back and back. If you want, before you come back up, lift the hips up and you will feel the hamstrings engaging. Scrape the feet apart, drive up, and you will get a lot of tension there. Nice. Everybody feel that in the hamstrings? Okay, cool. That's definitely one to work on. So let's move on from that then. So lunges, let's work on lunges then. So the basic lunge, if you're struggling with balance, for instance, or you've got like any sort of mobility or knee issues, hold on to the wall, okay? That's your right angle, so you're lunging right back, knee gently touches the ground, right angle on the leading knee, right angle on the rear knee, stand up, Okay, back down again. Okay, and change the leg, same thing. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, so try that for me. That'll take the stability out of it. So hold on to the wall for me. Hold on to the wall for me. And remember, it's a right angle on the leading knee. Okay, so try and lunge right back. Nice stride, holding on to something. Okay, good. Nice. And then you can try it without assistance. So nice way to do it is if you just start a spot on the wall and just keep focused on that. And you're going to go into that right angle. You can put your arms out for balance as well. Okay, as you stand up, all the pressure goes through the front heel. You drive up, stand up. Okay, try that for me. You might not be at that stage yet. You might still need to do wall supported. If that's the case, that's cool.
Dave, silly question.
Yeah.
What leg are you supposed to feel that on?
You'll feel that on the leading leg. So if you're coming back, you'll feel it here. You'll feel it in both glutes. Okay, but you'll primarily feel it on the quad here as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you feeling it, Emma?
I feel it in the other leg, but I think that's maybe just because it's stretching.
You will feel it in both legs, but here you'll feel the quad coming up, but you'll also feel both glutes as well. You'll get it in both legs, but it'll be primarily, you'll feel it on that leading leg. All the weight's driving up through this heel. Okay?
Okay.
That's good. Okay. So let's move on from that then. The next one we're going to go into is the hip hinge. So the wall hip hinges. So this links into your kettlebell swing, links into your deadlift. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to stand up nice and close to the wall. We're just going to step out, bend the knees, and drive the hips back until our bum touches the wall, and then come back again, okay? Until you can kind of skim off it and no more. Okay, so you'll know if you're too far out, you're not able to touch it. But once you find your depth, okay, and then you stand up, and then that's your depth that you're gonna hinge back to. So try that for me. Nice. So you're hinging. Use your fingers. Remember, keep your fingers on your hips. So you're keeping your fingers on your hips. And you're driving those hips back and standing up. Okay. So just use your fingers to drive your hips back. Okay. So you're actually actively pushing your hips back. Okay. Nice. Really, really good. Using that wall as a guide. And again, that's just giving you something to focus on, giving you a wee bit of proprioception because you're hitting off the wall each time. And it's giving you a wee bit of depth as well, a bit of range. Perfect. Okay. So from there, then we've got the kettlebell posterior load hinge. So if you just want to pick up, your kettlebell, medium weight, doesn't have to be super heavy. So long arms, so nice long arms. Okay. And it's the exact same mechanics that you've just done. Look, you've just hinged off the wall, and from here you're going to put the kettlebell behind the back. And the benefit of this is that it takes all the pressure off the low spine that you would get from a kettlebell swing if you're not at that stage yet, or else with a deadlift as well. It can eliminate that. So shoulders back, proud chest, long arms. Don't bend your elbows. Keep your arms long. Bend your knees. Tuck your chin in. Hinge over until the hamstrings light up. Don't worry about face planting down here. So it's bend the knees, proud chest, hinge. You'll feel a nice stretch. If you don't, lift your hips up higher and stand up. Give that a go for me. Remember, tuck that chin down. Tuck the chin down, okay? Look with your eyes, not with your face. Look with your eyes, not with your face. Perfect. So it's a neutral spine. That looks really, really nice. Avoid any face planting. Looking really, really good. Perfect. Okay, I like it. Give me 2 more reps each. Kathy, don't come down as much. Just bend the knees a wee bit more. And just come down until the hamstrings light up and no more. Keep the chest part out. That's better. Good, good. Okay. Good. Okay. And relax. Set that down for me. So moving on to the next one then. So we're going to do kettlebell touches. So you've got your kettlebell directly. So stand directly above the bell. Big proud chest. Bend the knees. Push the hips back. And all I want you to do is just tip the handle and explosively snap up. Okay, so from the side, it look like this. You stand over the bell, bend the knees, push the hips back, tip the handle, explosively stand up. You imagine when you stand up, look, it has to be ballistic. Everything should shudder on the way up. Okay, it's not this, look. Okay, it's not that. Okay, it's not that. It's down, touch, up. Okay, rock hard on the way up, solid on the way up, ballistic. Okay, and a nice way to keep tension when you're doing kettlebell swings, and that's going to lead into the swing, is to shout the numbers out. So you're going to come down, hinge, hit the bell, 1, 2, and by shouting the numbers out, it forces you to keep tension in the core. Try it to shout the numbers out. So hinge, use your fingers, put your hips back. Remember, use your fingers each time. Shout the number out aggressively. 1, and again, 2. Make it really, really aggressive on the way up. Shout it out loud. It's nice. Okay, really, really aggressive. So you're really trying to push through hard on the way up. Down, up. You should really be connecting the way up. A lot of force in the way up. That's really, really nice. Okay, cool. And relax. Let's move on. So the next one then. Okay, so I'm going to show you here with a piece of wood. All right, so this works for both ways for deadlifts. It also works for squats. So if you've got like really, really tight hamstrings, okay, to shorten the length of the hamstring, you can hinge, okay? So for instance, you come here, hinge, and pop up. You'll get a deeper contraction that's shortening the hamstrings. Down, hinge, popping up. Also, for squatting, if you've got tight hamstrings, tight hip flexors, you can elevate the heels and come down, and look how deep I can get just by elevating the heels. Again, I'm just shortening the range of motion. That's all I'm doing, and I'm standing up. Look, without my heels elevated, look. Okay, with my heels elevated. Okay, see the difference? So if you have your 2 books, you have the 2 books. Did everybody bring 2 books? You have your 2 books. Start off, first of all, you're going to put the balls of your feet on the 2 books, and you're going to hinge. Okay, when you're ready. Remember, keep everything proud chest. Remember everything that you've learned so far. Okay, don't go soft. Don't face plant. Keep everything nice and rigid. You can shout the numbers out as well if you want. Okay, let's go. Let's hinge over. Nice. So we're hinging over, and we're popping up. We're hinging over, and we're popping up. Okay, you can also add a deadlift into this as well. Okay, so you can elevate, come down, and again, that shortens the range for you. You can use a yoga block as well. It's another good way of doing it. So I'll move that. Yoga block's a wee bit higher. So look, that gives me more depth. So I'm hinging, I'm coming down. Okay, from the side, up here. If I want to regress that again, all I want to do is this. I'm going to put the block here, bring it up nice and close. Up and down. Okay. I'm using that just as a depth blocker. That's all I'm doing. I can even increase the depth by putting it here. Okay. And drag it up. Okay, that's another way of regression in the deadlift. Instead of having to come the whole way down to the ground, putting a lot of pressure in the low back. It's just another way of regressing for you. Okay, so let's move on from that then. So the deadlift and the RDLs, let me show you. So if you just watch me closely, so I'm standing directly over the bell, like so. I'm pushing my hips back and I'm breaking the bell. So to break the bell, you're just externally rotating the thumbs. So if you watch my back, look, I'm sitting down into it, pushing the ground away with my feet as I stand up. Okay, so each time I'm breaking that bell, the thumbs are twisting outwards. I'm sitting down into it. I'm trying to push the ground away with my feet as I stand up. And I'm standing up. Remember, you always breathe in first. Breathe out the way up. Give that a go. Okay, so it's called breaking the bell. So give that a go. So you're going to break the bell. Let's go. That's it. So before you stand up, you want to break that bell. So you want to like, yeah, that looks good, Kathy. I like that. Nice. So all I want you to do this time, I want you to practice this. Look, I just want you to practice breaking the bell. So look, you're just going to come up, sitting down into it. When you do that, it'll automatically push you back into the deadlift. Look, your chest be proud, big deep breath, driving up. So just practice that. Look, so you're just practicing that movement on the bell handle. Go. You're practicing breaking the bell. You're trying to retract those shoulders back. That's good, Fra. I like it. Good. And then drive up. So now what I want you to do this time is stand up with it, Fra. That was perfect. Well done. Okay. Everybody stand up with the deadlift this time. So break the bell, retract the shoulders, big deep breath, push the ground away with your feet as you stand up. Keep the tension on the lats. Nice. This is good. Much, much better. Okay. And rest. Next one, let's move on. Okay, so the next one then, what we're going to do then is the RDLs. So the RDLs, the feet come in closer, so you just have them underneath hip width. We'll pick the bell up. And the handle literally just comes below the knee. All right? It's hamstring glute emphasis. Okay, so you're just going to come down. You have the toes pointed out slightly. And a nice one is to push the feet out. Okay, so you're coming down. You lose tension on the way back up. So all you do is you push the feet out, and that'll instantly fire your glutes up. So you'll come down. You can also push the feet out as you come down as well, and then push them out again as you stand up. And you'll feel a lot more tension on the hamstrings and the glutes. So try that for me. So just bring the handle below your knee. Remember, you're still breaking the bell. You're still breaking the bell, okay? And before you stand up, so bring the handle below the knees, scrape the feet apart, let the glutes fire up, and then explosively stand up. Nice. Much, much better. So you always want to be thinking when you're doing any exercise, what muscles am I working? All right? Always should be feeling something engaging. Your muscles should always be working. Perfect. That looks really, really good. Okay, nice and set down. Let's move on. So next exercise then, we are going to go into the two-handed kettlebell swing. Great, this is perfect. So grab a drink if you need it, just chill out for a wee second. I'm going to go through this. This is absolutely critical. This is so important, all right? So the kettlebell, the whole position for you here. So you've got your kettlebell here, right? Just put the kettlebell on the edge of your mat. So just show you from here. So you're standing directly over your bell. You take one small step back, another small step back. You now have your triangle formation. So let's show you that again. So it's here, take one step back, another step back, toes are pointed out. Here's your triangle shape. See? The triangle here. Okay, that's your triangle shape. Corkscrew the heels. Big deep breath. Push the hip back. Okay, from here, just watch me. All you're going to do is tilt the bell, push down onto the bell, pull your shoulders back, break the bell, Big deep breath, up, hike the bell, squat down into it, and set down, and let the bell do its natural thing. Just watch me before we go any further. So what I see a lot of is this. If I show you from the side, I see a lot of this. Okay. Okay, this real high hinge. So look at my low back. It's this high hinge. Okay, whereas look at the difference here. If I'm squatting down into it. Okay. My glutes, my hamstrings are having to take the load. When I'm up here, my low back is having to take the load. Okay, I'm getting very little hamstrings, very little glutes. So the difference is when you come down, you drive it up, and squatting down into it, as opposed to this. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's do the kettlebell swing now, so let's perform it. So stand over the bell, directly over the handle, take one step back, another step back. We now have our triangle formation, all right? Just always remember the triangle formation. Toes are pointing out. Corkscrew those heels into the mat. Bend the knees, push the hips back, okay, with your fingers. Tilt the bell towards you, but it's still on the floor. Push down onto the handle solidly. Then pull your shoulders back, break the bell. Instantly, you'll sit down into it, your chest be proud. In 3, 2, 1, stand up and hike the bell. Shout the numbers out. 1, squat into it each time. 2, squat down into it. 3, and keep that going for me. Squat into it each time. Shout the number out in the way up. Aggressive. Squat into it. Much better, everybody. Isn't perfect. Good. Keep the chest proud. No face planting. Keep the shoulders back. Nice. Pop up harder. More ballistic in the way up. And rest. And relax. Great. That's the best I've seen yet from you. That was really, really good. That's definitely something to work on, okay? Always be practicing on that. Grab a drink here. So the next one then we're going to go on to is, we're going to go into presses. So regress, press. You're going to come onto the ground. So basically, that's always like the highest form of progression. So look, 1, 2 points of contact, that is. So 1 point of contact, 2 points of contact, 3 points of contact, 4 points of contact. You see where I'm getting? So the more points of contact, the more solid the base. All right, so I'm going to 3 points of contact here. Bring the bell up. I've got the fist under my chin. I'm really strong here. My core is being supported. I've got 3 points of contact. Big deep breath. My ear touches my bicep. The bell comes underneath or goes on top of my head. I breathe in. I take another deep breath. I breathe out. Okay. Now, what a lot of people will do in this position is it's just kind of really, really soft. There's no tension anywhere at all. And the reason being is that they need to tense up. And the way you do it is you squeeze the opposite fist. And this works as a joint distraction. So what's the difference? So no joint distraction. I'm squeezing. How does that look? Versus, you see the difference? By squeezing the fist, it puts tension through the body. So try that for me into the half kneeling. First of all, no joint distraction, just pressing, ear to bicep, bell over the head. Do 2, 3 reps. Make sure your ear touches your bicep. That means that the bell has to go over your head. Make sure you touch your ear to your back. So remember, it's bicep to ear and not ear to bicep. Perfect. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to squeeze the opposite fist, nice and hard, about 80% effort. Breathe out and press up. Do you feel the difference? Squeeze it hard. Okay, take your hand off your legs as well and drive it up. You should feel a lot more tension. The bell should actually feel lighter. You should feel stronger lifting that way. Okay, perfect. Set it down and switch it and do the other side for me. So do it without the joint distraction, just standard. Okay, do you feel the difference? It's pretty soft, it's all over the place, there's nothing really connected. Okay, now joint distraction, squeeze out of opposite fist, about 80% tension. Yeah, that looks much, much more solid. It's perfect. And remember, it's bicep to ear, not ear to bicep. Okay, and when you touch your bicep, the bell automatically goes into that midpoint above your head, which is what you want. Okay, cool. Let's stand up. So we're now getting to 2 points of contact. We're standing up. We're cleaning that bell up. No joint distraction, just up. Okay, you'll do 3 reps, then you'll squeeze. And you'll notice the difference standing up. As you listen, the foundation is less because you've only got 2 points of contact, so you'll notice it more standing up. Go for it. So just do no joint distraction, do 3 reps. And once you do your 3 reps, squeeze the opposite fist, 80% tension, ear to bicep, or sorry, bicep to ear. You feel the difference. You should feel more connection. Also have your feet together, okay? So feet together. Squeeze your glutes as well. So squeeze your glutes, squeeze the opposite fist. It'll help keep your core tight. Big deep breath. Okay, bicep to ear. Try that. So squeeze your glutes as hard as you can as well. I'll try it this time. You go for it. So squeeze your bum as hard as you can. Squeeze that fist and drive the bell up over your head. Bicep to ear. Nice. Okay, now switch on to the other side for me. Do 3 reps with no joint distraction. You're just going to press it. You're not going to squeeze your glutes. You're just going to have your feet together and you're going to press for 3 reps. Okay, once you do that, you're going to squeeze your glutes, then you're going to squeeze the opposite fist, 80% tension, and then you're going to bring bicep to ear. Go, 3 reps. Yeah, that bell probably, or dumbbell you're using, probably feels extremely light right now when you do that. Okay, nice, let's move on. So the next one then is press-ups. Everybody's press up, by the way, has come on massively thanks to the eccentric press ups that we've been practicing. So a strict press up is this. So hands just directly go to the shoulders, feet together, come down, hips and chest touch the ground, up, full extension. The opposite then, so that's a contract, that's the concentric movement. If you're weak on that, you train the opposite, which is the eccentric, which is the lowering phase. Look, that was in nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Try not to use your arms. Reset yourself. And your hands to below your shoulders again. That was in nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. And relax. That will help train your press up. So give me a strict press up if you can. Let's see your press up. Go for it. Do a strict press up if you can. Give me 1 or 2 reps of a strict press up if you can do it. Very good. Nice. Okay, cool. Everybody try an eccentric press up for me now. So, you know, that lowering phase, elbows in nice and tight, 3 to 5 seconds on the way down. Let's go. So slowly, slowly down. Don't use your arms. Reset yourself. Go for it again. Yeah, that's good. The slower down, the better. Okay, you're using strength as opposed to just letting gravity take you down. Okay, nice one. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So from here then we have our rows. So this is always an interesting one with the rows. So you bent over row, the kettlebell, stand directly over the bell. Same thing again, push the hips back with the fingers. You want to retract the shoulders and then row. A lot of people just row like this. They just kind of like here. So it's, you come down, stand down, push down onto the handle, put your shoulders back and down, big deep breath, row up. So you can push down to start off, then bring your shoulders back, retract each time, so retract the shoulders and then row. Try that for me. So retract the shoulders first and then row. As you come down, retract the shoulders and then row. Go for it. So retract, pull your shoulders back first and hold them back and then row. Perfect, Emma, well done. Nice, Claire, that's good. Okay, so to retract the shoulders, you need to have long arms first. Pull the shoulders back. Kathy, that was good, well done. Keep it going, everyone. Keep the chest proud. Okay. And relax, nice one. Okay, relax. So if anybody's experiencing any back issues, what I'd suggest is that you go to a single arm. So just resting the forearm on the leg. Elbow comes in nice and tight. So look, when you're rowing, the lighter bell, here's the demo, you can pause it. So you're not rowing out here or out here, you're rowing into the side. So look, so I'm retracting my shoulder, I'm bringing my elbow back. I'm retracting my shoulder, I'm bringing my elbow back. Try the difference, so try it without retracting, and then try it with the retracting. Do you feel the difference? Go. So try it without retracting first, and then try it with retracting. So retract. Good, Emma. Nice. You should feel a difference with the retraction. You should feel a lot more engagement, a lot sturdier. Okay, cool. Emma, do you want to ask a question?
No, sorry, it's just doing strange things. I lost you there.
All right, all right. Okay, let's do the other side then. Let's do the other side. So the same thing. So you're going to try without retracting first, and then you're going to retract. You're going to pull that shoulder back and retract. You feel the difference? Go. And then try and retract it now. Retract first. Much better, much, much better. Keeping the elbow tucked in nice and tight to your side. Okay, cool, cool. Let's move on. Let's move on. So, another way with the two-handed bent over row, you've got your towel, T-towel. You can just angle that into the corner of the bell. Okay, you've got a couple of options. You can row the chest, you can row the belly button, or you can row in between belly button and chest. There are the points for you. So, look, I'm rowing the chest, it brings it a bit higher. If I row the belly button, it brings it lower. If I row the low belly button and rib cage, it gives another emphasis again. Okay, so if you have a T-towel, you can do that. Remember the retraction. So let's retract first, and then row. So try that if you have a T-towel. If you don't, it's okay. Just use two hands. Okay, retract and pull back. It's all about the retraction when you're rowing, all about it. Nice, really, really good. And the chest is proud the whole time. Perfect. Okay. Do another couple of reps. And relax, relax. Okay, so stick your shoes back on again for me. We're going on to the banded series now. So this is the final part for us. So we've got a couple of banded exercises. We'll wrap this up. You just want to clear the way, get rid of any kettlebells. Make yourself a wee bit of room. Nice. Okay, grab yourself a drink as well if you need it. First exercise then on the banded is the single leg banded glute kickback. Everything will all start to make sense now. So we've got 5 points of contact this time, all right? 5 points of contact, 1, 2, 3. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're up, you're driving, okay? You're gonna drive up. So what we're gonna do here, hands are gonna come down onto the mat, like so. We'll put the band into the arch of the foot. Hands come in nice and close, like so. To make it easier, you bring the hand closer to the knee. To make it harder, you bring the hand further away. To make it harder again, you bring them further away again. Okay? So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to focus, we're trying to drive the heel up to the ceiling, like so. Okay, so you just watch me, take deep breath. And you're really, really trying to drive up into that, back in. You're trying to drive up into it, back in. Then we'll switch over and we'll do the other foot again into the arch of the foot. Put it in to wherever's comfortable. And then we're going to drive up. We're trying to squeeze the top end. So it's not this, okay? It's really driving up into that high end range until we feel the contraction on the glutes, okay? Nice one, keep it going for me. You're trying to squeeze your glutes at the high end. Looking good, looking really good. So if you want to make that harder, move your hands apart, make your hands wider. You can also put them in front of you, and that can add more tension to that for you. Okay, yeah, nice. It looks like some of you have done this before. You look like pros on it. Okay, so looking good, looking really, really good. The next one then we're going to do is a single leg banded split stance hamstring pull. Show you like so. So you're just going to loop. So you just stand with your foot like so. You're going to loop the band right down to the bottom. Try and get as much tension that you're comfortable with. Okay, then from here, again, you're braking as you would have done with the kettlebell. So you're getting those lats engaged. Lift the leg up. See the way I lifted the leg up? So look, I lifted the leg up. My hamstrings engaged straight away. I'm getting a lot of tension. And then I'm driving up into it. Okay, it might take a couple of reps to feel what depth you want on the band. Hips up nice and high. And then I'm driving up into that and pulling back up, 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 nice and tall. And I'll get a nice deep stretch in the back of the hamstring. Try that for me. Stand up tall, stand up tall. So it might take a couple of reps. You may have put too much tension on the band, so we'll come back down again and loosen it if you have to. And before you come up, you want to lift that hip up high to feel the hamstring engaging before you come up, but you also want a proud chest. So you want to lift your leg up nice and high, lift the hip up high before you come up. And then you drive up and you'll feel a really good stretch in the hamstring. Okay, so the more you lift that hip up before you stand up, the more engagement you'll get on the hamstring. Keep the chest proud. That was good, Fra. I like that. Well done. Good, Jillian. Nice. Brona, well done. Okay, change leg for me. Change over. Same thing again on the other leg. So you're going to come down. See exactly the same thing. You're just going to loop down until you get enough tension that's comfortable. Remember, it probably takes a couple of reps till you find where it is comfortable for you. Okay, and then you're going to retract, lift that leg up nice and high, and then you're just going to stand up nice and tall and follow right through. Squeeze, stand tall. Each time you maybe want to tighten up the slack a wee bit. Get the lats engaged, lift that leg up, feel the hamstring working, and then stand up. Good. Remember, keep the chest proud as well. Lift the leg up, lift the hip up high before you come up. Feel the hamstring working. And then stand up tall with it. Go with it. Stand right up, stand up tall, squeeze your glutes at the top. Perfect. Remember, you always breathe out against force. So you take a deep breath first and then breathe out as you're standing up. Okay, cool. Let's move on then. So let's move on. So a single arm standing shoulder press. So you can put the bell, put the band, stand in, like so. And have it behind you. And you're just going to drag up. So you'll have your heel in the band, like so. Bring this behind you, like so. And you're going to drive up. You're just simply going to drive up, okay? And again, it's bicep to ear, not ear to bicep. So you're going to drive up. And give that a go. Single arm banded shoulder press. See, so that you just basically just step into it backwards. Have your hand in, stand up nice and tall, and drive up. Single arm shoulder press. Okay. Nice and simple, that one. So the next one then from that is going to be the banded lateral raise. So basically the opposite foot. So you put it in your right foot, you hold it with your left hand, and you're going to laterally raise up like so. Okay, just to here, that's all. So you're just going to raise. Okay, so try that for me. Keeping the arm straight, try not to bend the elbow. Yeah, and then what we're going to do is we're going to switch it over. So we're going to put the band on the left foot, arm out, keep it locked out, and we're going to laterally raise. Okay, so out to the side. We're going to raise. So it's lateral, it's out. Okay, lateral. Lateral.
Hey, Dave, I can't do that at all.
Bring your foot in a little bit closer then. Bring your foot in a little bit closer. I'll have to get you a lighter band, Emma.
I can't do it on the left either, so don't worry.
That's okay. But what you'll do is you'll go to the range that you can bring it to. So if you can just bring it to here, look. Look. That's your range, far enough. What you're going to do is, though, you're going to do an isometric hold at that range. 3, 2, 1. Up. You're going to hold 3, and that'll develop the strength in it. Okay. So that's what you'll do. You'll work at your end range, and you'll just hold it in an isometric hold without bending the elbow. So Emma, you're kind of coming like this. Just keep the arm straight, even if that's you there. That's okay. Okay. All right. So nice one. Let's move on then. These are, listen, you can come back to all these. We're going to have like 5 weeks of practice, please. We will get stronger, I promise. The next one then is standing chest flies with palms facing up. You're just going to stand in the band with your palms facing up. So that way. And then what you're going to do is you're trying to like cup underneath your chest. So you're standing up. Okay, and you're just trying to drive up, bring the feet in a little bit closer, make it a bit easier. Maybe less tension. So what you imagine is you're trying to like push your chest out, and you're trying to scoop underneath your chest, and you're trying to squeeze the inner chest. Okay. Don't worry about trying to get your hands up here. Just scoop under the chest and hold the tension. Palms are facing up. Feet together, up. You'll feel it. You can join your hands together. You can bend your elbows slightly, and you'll hold at the top, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the chest. Breathe out, all the way up. Like bending the elbows, coming underneath the chest. Remember, you don't want to do this. You want to keep the chest nice and proud, and you're trying to scoop under the chest. Okay? Trying to scoop under the chest. You should feel a nice contraction in the chest. Give that another couple of reps. Feet together, make it a wee bit easier, less tension. And then scoop under the chest. That's okay. Bending the elbows is good. All right, so let's move on then. So we're going to go into banded shrugs with external wrist rotation, palms up and thumbs facing outwards. I like it. So look, same thing again. Palms facing up, thumbs facing outwards. So we're going to be leaning over slightly. We're going to hinge over slightly. We're not completely horizontal, we're more in that sort of vertical plane. Okay, from here. And we're going to come up. We're going to hold it at the high end. So we're retracted. And we're going to come up. And we're squeezing our shoulder blades together at the top. We're trying to keep our palms facing up. Go for it. All about the posture here. All about the posture. So stand up a wee bit taller, Kathy. And keep your chest up. Nice proud chest. Palms are up. Whole time. Thumbs out as you come up. You're trying to push your thumb out the way as you come up. And you're raising your shoulder blades at the top. So pause for a couple of seconds at the top. Nice. So it's again, palms up, thumbs out. Bring it up, retract, bring it up. Squeeze your shoulder blade together at the top. If you keep it going, doing our couple of reps of that. Okay, squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. You will know where the sweet spot is. Everybody will get it slightly different. You might have to like stoop over a wee bit more. You might have to stand up a wee bit more. It might take you a couple of reps, but you will find that sweet spot. For me, it's here. Okay, so it just takes you to keep moving, very, very slight angles, and eventually you will get that sweet spot. Okay, so let's move on then to the next one, which is going to be the banded high pull. So the banded high pull, so it says palms facing down this time, elbows are flat out wide. So we're standing in the band, like so. We're going to lean over, retract. We're going to bring the elbows out wide. And again, this might take you to keep changing the angle. Retract. For me, it's there. Okay? For me, it's there. That's my sweet spot. Retract, elbows out wide. Hold it for a couple of seconds at the top. So just keep angling until you find that sweet spot, which you will find. Remember, it's chest proud. Okay, retract first. Then pull the elbows out, wide and high. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Nice. Okay, give me another couple of reps of that. Okay, then the next one then, after that, we're going to go into banded face pulls, which is this. We've got 2 exercises left, the banded face pulls. So your forehead, you're here, and the tension just varies on what you're comfortable with. So the wider you come out with the band, the less tension you've got. And the more narrow you go in, the harder it's going to be. All right, so let's start in a wide enough stance. Okay, over here, retract the shoulders. And what you want to do is you want to come down onto your head. So you don't want to come here, you want to come down, retract the shoulders. And each time you're coming up, retract, coming down, putting that band apart, squeezing the shoulder blades together. If it's too difficult, just put your hands wider on the band. Let the band squeeze off your forehead, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and return to the top. Go for it. Nice. Keep that angle high, top of the forehead you're aiming for. Okay, try not to bend the elbows if you can avoid it. Try and keep those elbows extended. Keep it going, another couple of reps. 3, 2, 1. So the last exercise then we're going to finish off with is the banded reverse curls. So we're going to start off like so. So it's up, up, and then thumbs out at the top. So you're here, stand up nice and tall. Bring your thumb on top of the band, so it's up, and then once you come to the top, you can squeeze right in. So up, reverse curl, and then you can come in, you can bring the elbows right in, squeeze the biceps. Make it easier, feet together. Reverse curl, elbows in nice and tight, and then at the top you can bring those elbows in, squeeze the biceps. So try that for me. So reverse curl, and then at the top, thumbs out, elbows in closer. Once you get to the top, bring your elbows in closer when you get to the top. So when you're here, look, the elbows are always nice and close to the side. From here, then bring your Make sure your thumbs on top of the band. Bring your elbows in. Let your elbows meet. Let them meet. And push your thumbs out. Squeeze your biceps. Yeah, that's good. Jillian, that's really, really good. Get those elbows in and pull your thumbs out. You're well done. Another couple of reps and we're done. Elbows meeting, everyone. Yeah. Okay. Good. And relax. Workshop is finished. Brilliant. Okay, good. Come on back in then. Come on back in. How was it?
Good.
Yeah. We'll stop the recording here.